couple of news stories today. First of all, many of the water companies are going to be allowed to increase their prices. And when prices go up, that's justified by the fact that they're investing more money in infrastructure to stop leaks and improve sewage and that sort of thing. But that money for investment is coming straight from the customers through the bills that they pay. And that takes us to this image here, because this image shows, first of all, in this little bit here, the amount of money that the government got back in 1989 when it sold the water companies. And this huge great bit here, this great big part of the water drop, is the amount of money that the companies have paid themselves in the 30 subsequent years. And that would actually be bigger now if we were looking now. So it's not a great deal for any of it. It's not a great deal for the government, not a great deal for the people. But the bottom line is that the companies are able to pay themselves these huge returns because they're treating that money that's coming from our bills as theirs. So they're getting a return on investments that we, the public, are making in our water infrastructure. So when the bills go up to pay for water infrastructure, we, the people paying for that, should own that water infrastructure. We're buying it, we're paying for it, we should own it, and we should get the return on capital if there is one to be had. And the government really needs to get that point, because at the moment it doesn't understand it at all. And at the moment we're all being completely ripped off because we're paying for infrastructure and then somebody else is getting a return on the money that we're spending. So that's water. It'll be a big story for some time to come. The other story is a bit different. It's to do with the fact that the government wants to increase the hours that pubs and restaurants and bars can serve alcohol, possibly all night in some cases, because it thinks that's going to be good for economic growth. It thinks people will spend more money on booze, and that'll be good for the economy. It'll be good for the alcohol sector at least. Well, that's all very well. That takes us to this image here, however, which shows the balance in the economy of paid and unpaid activity. And what it reminds us is that economic growth is not all about spending money. So if, for example, more money is spent on booze, more money is spent on people getting drunk in the middle of the night, and that creates problems for health, that creates problems for antisocial behaviour, that stops other people getting a good night's sleep. Well, those are all economic losses. That's degrowth, that's ungrowth. If people are getting iller, people are getting sicker, if people can't sleep properly, if all sorts of issues are arising of a sort of antisocial nature, then that's making people's lives worse. And if that's happening, that needs to be offset as an ungrowth against the growth that the government is trying to create. So we just need to remember, growth is not all about spending money. The economy doesn't grow just because we spend more. The economy grows because we live better lives. We enjoy our lives more. We have better lives in all sorts of ways. And if that includes a good night's sleep, and if that good night's sleep is going to be harmed by people drinking all night, then the government does need to take that into consideration in its economic calculation.